Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in again. Today I am joined by one of the biggest legends in Hollywood makeup artistry, the man who is responsible for making all of the A-list celebrities look gorgeous on Hollywood's biggest nights of the year, the Emmys, the Grammys, the Oscars. I have Mr. Bruce Grayson with me today. I'm so honored to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for that lovely introduction.
Oh, absolutely. So I just want to jump right into it.
Okay.
You have been nicknamed the superhero who saves the day backstage at award shows. How did you get that nickname?
Well, obviously some great beauty writer who likes me wrote that, but I think that I got that because I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I do the circuit. We call it the trifecta. Those are 3 important shows that go live around the world.
Right.
Over almost 1 billion viewers around the world, the Oscars.
1 billion people, you guys, I can't even imagine. How do you keep your cool? I mean, first of all, you're dealing with the cream of the crop as far as celebrities go. So how do you keep your cool around them and with all of that pressure?
Well, you don't think of it in the context of that normative. You just think about it like it's a long show and we got to get through this. And it's all about being organized and having a great team of makeup artists that work with you. They can get the job done. Most people don't realize that it's actually 2 shows working simultaneously. There's the red carpet and the award show, and then there's the big production numbers. So they run in tandem, and if you're organized and you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, you're going to get through the night.
And you know, at Z Palette, we are all about organization, so I hear you on that one. So speaking of organization, how do you get your kit organized? Is it a night before? Is it the week before? How do you prep for those shows?
Well, I usually go out months ahead of the Oscars, and I look to see what's trending, what's going on, what can I possibly have in my kit that I don't have already. So you think about that and the enormity of what you have to carry. I carry probably more than everybody else because if they don't have it, I want to cover them. And then when I get around that great team of makeup artists that we work with, I usually have the same pretty much standing team on a lot of the shows. I get a lot of ideas from them. They get a lot of ideas from me. So it's a real collaboration. And out of that, as you know here at Z Palette, ideas grow.
Of course.
New innovation comes about. And it'll never stop. That's one thing about being, the art of doing makeup, or as opposed to being just somebody that wears it.
Right. Oh, that's so insightful. So what the viewers out there might not know is makeup artistry runs in your DNA, you could say. Tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up the son of one of Hollywood's greatest makeup artists.
It was fantastic. I grew up with celebrities on the sets at Hollywood studios. My playground was Warner Brothers.
Wow.
And Paramount, and so I would go to these stages and I would interact with these people. I didn't know they were stars, so they were just like
everyday people.
Yeah, Uncle John Wayne, and and I was very, very young, so I wasn't intimidated at all. Luckily for my parents, they didn't put any censor on that. They just let us be, and they worked around people that really enjoyed kids, so. It was great, and it was intimidating as well. I mean, you knew that there was something going on big. But he worked with some real major female stars and male celebrities.
Can you do a little name dropping for us?
Kim Novak, Rita Hayworth, Lauren Bacall, John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Bruce Willis, later years, 40 motion pictures.
Oh my goodness. So this was pretty much inevitable for you, following in his footsteps.
I've never done anything else. Makeup has been the only career I've ever had, and I feel really, really fortunate. I mean, it was a lot of work, and obviously I had a lot of help from my father's friends, and if you have that willingness to learn, I was getting offers to really be taught almost everything. And it's just not about makeup. It really is about how you act, how you are in the room, and how you interact socially.
Absolutely. Yeah. We know a thing or two about interacting with people socially here at Z Palette.
Yeah, I would hope so.
So I hear you. So what I want to know is, you have beautified the A-list celebrities of Hollywood. Angelina Jolie, Katie Holmes, Penelope Cruz, but some of Hollywood's leading men have found themselves in your chair as well. Tell us what that's like working with men.
Well, listen, everybody wants to look beautiful. Everybody wants to look good in that moment. Men sort of don't want to think about it most of the time. They can have their little quirks. Everybody does. They don't want to ever feel like they're wearing too much makeup. but they
Right.
want to wear a little. And, everybody's got to look good on camera. It's a delicate situation because, men, I think, don't really see themselves wearing makeup, but they're curious. They want to know how to look good. So it's a completely different conversation. It's a little bit more dicey and tricky, but at the end of the day, like I said, when you're looking great in front of that TV audience, that's all that matters, really.
True, absolutely. So who's the bigger divas, the men or the women?
Oh, I would say the women. It's the women. Yeah, I would say the women. But everybody gets nervous in those moments. I mean, literally, you can cut the nervousness with a knife. The Oscars is the smallest of the award shows. The Golden Globes, we have a ton of people. The Grammys is, it's music. It's a lot more makeup orientated, and the Emmys is, it's all about TV. It is a big, big audience. It's getting bigger and bigger and more important. Oscars is small compared to that, but the importance and the relevance,
right,
huge. A lot more to
Absolutely.
lose in
Yeah.
that moment.
So you mentioned in your answer about prepping for the shows that you need to stay on trend and keep up with that. Season after season, how are you able to keep creating new looks? How do you get inspired? How do you keep it fresh? What
Well,
inspires you?
I've had the wonderful opportunity to work around the world. I've worked as a global ambassador for Olay and for Max Factor in Asia. That's a big inspiration.
Oh, I bet.
South Korean skincare, Asian makeup. I've worked in India. So all that comes into play. And then there's, because I am a Hollywood makeup artist, there's so much history there. And, there's inspirations all over the place. So I try to draw in those things when we're creating red carpet looks. And then I also think about simplicity. What's going to work both on the red carpet, what's going to work on the live show. All those things come into play. Really, it's much trickier than people think about it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. So speaking of simplicity, you and I had a chance to speak a little earlier about the classic Bruce Grayson look, your iconic go-to look. What does that look like?
Well, for me, it's always about great skin. It always has been. I say that genuinely. It really is about employing that inner beauty and transparency and seeing who that person is. And I also believe that everybody's worried about perfection, but you know what? We zone in and we look at people and we identify with celebrities, sometimes for little tiny imperfections. And I don't think that everybody should get so hung up on having the right eye match to the left, the left brow matching to the right, perfect lashes. There's nothing interesting about perfection to me. There's more interesting things to look at and slight imperfections. Yeah.
Did you hear that, ladies? The perfection is in the imperfection.
Right.
I love that. So, Bruce, I asked you to bring with you your Z palette. I didn't tell you why, and I'm about to put you in the hot seat.
Oh,
We
really?
have
Great.
it here. So, you guys, Bruce didn't have any time to prep this Z palette or stage it or make it look special for the camera. I got you in the hot seat. We're going to play a little game I like to call What's in My Z Palette. I've learned about so many great beauty products just from being nosy and looking in other makeup artists' kits. So I'm sure that everybody out there is dying to know, what are you using right now?
These are really earth tony colors, and they look good on everybody. I can do almost any makeup with these colors. So we have a little NARS section with beige. We have a little MAC here. Always want something that is deep mahogany. I feel mahogany is a great color to shade eyes. I have some of these no-name Italian shadows, a MAC buffer, pale, not too ivory, but something with a tiny bit of pink in it. Pink, it looks great on the eyes.
Really?
Great, like a little
Pink
bit
on
of
the eyes.
peachy pink, like very, very soft. And I believe the same thing with blushes too. So I look for gold's important to have. This color right here was trending hot over the summer. I always sort of look in the magazines and in Instagram and on YouTube and see what's going on. And I start pulling and grabbing ideas from the universe and pulling them into my makeups, and there you'll see them in my work.
Very cool. I love that. So let's just get a closer look at Bruce's Z palette. I love this, you guys. This is just such a great shot, a sneak peek at what goes inside a professional makeup artist kit. So Bruce, you're not out of the hot seat yet. We are going to play my next game that I like to call the lightning round. And you have 10 seconds, my friend, to answer my questions. 10 seconds and that's it. Are you up for it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So most stressful award show.
Academy Awards, hands down.
Funnest celebrity to work with.
Steve Martin.
Celebrity you're dying to work with.
Amy Poehler.
The one thing that always goes wrong backstage.
Always a tear.
Always a tear, never a dry eye.
Yeah.
Holy Grail beauty product besides your Z palette.
Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Makeup trend you wish would go away forever.
Heavy foundation.
Ooh, guilty. Number one beauty tip that you picked up behind the scenes.
Oh, here's one. To actually get the thinnest amount of foundation on the face and actually sop up excess,
Okay.
use a 2-ply tissue, tear it apart, and just
Oh boy. Blot
dab,
away.
dab, takes up all the excess makeup, leaves on just enough foundation to
love
allow
that.
your skin to shine
Yes,
through.
and we know that Bruce is all about seeing the skin shine through. I love that. That was such a great tip. Did you guys get it?
Also, you know, toilet seat covers work too. Really.
Toilet seat covers,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
That's I know that's weird, but I've seen that.
Very
too.
cool.
But I like the 2-ply. Tear it
Yeah.
apart.
Oh, we love double duty products. So,
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't have Kleenex lying around, right?
Right.
Number one piece of advice for aspiring makeup artists.
Never give up on the dream. Always be ready for that one pivotal moment.
Yes.
That's going to change your life. That's what I think. And it's not just for makeup. That's for in life.
I love that. Did you get that? You guys always be ready. You never know what's up. What is next for Bruce Grayson?
Well, I'm going to be traveling back and forth from New York to LA, doing a lot of jobs. I've been all over the place, been working around, the East Coast. My wife's going to do a television series. Hi, honey. And she's going to be located in New York, so I'm hoping to be
Okay.
working a lot in New York. We have award show season, the Emmys. I'm
It's
doing
coming up.
an Andrea Bocelli special,
wow.
which could, we don't know who it is, but Andrea Bocelli sings duets, and they're usually with somebody massive.
Very
so
cool.
I'm really looking forward to that. And then, print work is always number one if I get an
You have
editorial.
a couple covers out right now, don't you?
Le Official, Russia is out right now. British GQ with Vince Vaughn
Very
on the cover.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Vince.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So check those out on newsstands.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bruce, where can our followers check you out? Are you on Twitter, Instagram?
I'm on Twitter as Brew Gray. Come
Okay.
join me. I'm on Instagram as Bruce Grayson.
Okay.
And I'm on Facebook as Bruce Grayson too.
Okay. Well,
And I love all those mediums as everybody else. And I just have a new agency. A shout out to the Tact Artist
hey,
Agency.
Tact Agency.
Yeah. So it's,
Very cool.
yeah,
So
yeah.
now we can keep up with you, Bruce. Thank you so much for being here with me. This has been so much fun. For more on Bruce and more from Z Palette, be sure to follow us at Z Palette on Instagram and subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up on this video. Thanks so much and see you guys next time.